Throughout the extensive history of the Godzilla franchise, there has been no shortage of creepy kaiju and creepy scenes to go along with them. But when it comes to creepy Godzilla toys, what exactly is a creepy Godzilla toy? Today we take a look at 5 creepy Godzilla toys in my collection. With its large beady eyes and strange floating pose. Less of a figure and more of a statue, the Rebor Studios G2016 Embryo is perhaps one of the strangest pieces in my collection. Encased in a clear epoxy, it's almost like looking at it through a scientist's perspective. Knowing what this thing will become only adds further to the idea of it being a true monstrosity. To the untrained eye, and at first glance, for a split second you might even mistake it for the taxidermy of a real creature. Just one thing though, don't put it anywhere near fire or radiation. Just in case. You never know. Medicom Toys' clear orange burning Godzilla bear brick was impossible not to include on this list. Aside from its fierce eyes and evil grin, the orange glow of the plastic lights up like a jack-o'-lantern, making it the perfect addition to any Halloween decor. Plus, its little companion makes for 1.25 times the amount of fear. The change in appearance of this figure depending on the light makes for a very varied experience with this toy, and it is going to be definitely a staple every Halloween season for me on my shelf. Arguably one of the creepier suits used throughout the entire Godzilla franchise, X Plus took this version and made it even creepier with their Defreal Godzilla 1955. It's almost as if this stylized version of the character increases the creep factor even more. The eyes are a little too human, and those sharp teeth really add to the uncanny valley appearance of this character. This figure just has one of those faces that looks like it's always smiling. This particular version of the figure that we're looking at that I have is called the Technicolor version of it, which is essentially a deluxe version, which adds some pops of color to it instead of being a totally black and white figure. But, in this context, all that red on the front of the figure almost looks like it's bathing in blood. Pretty suitable for those 2 front vampire-looking fangs. With a face like that, this figure doesn't even need an introduction. This Godzilla 1967 by Bear Model has an interesting retro aesthetic that only adds further to the creepiness of this toy. Its simplistic look, coupled with its blank stare, makes for a very unsettling appearance. Just like from our Godzilla 1955 from before, this figure also sports an uncanny smile. There's something about this simplistic appearance of this figure in particular that reminds me a lot of antique dolls. Here's hoping this one doesn't come alive. Finishing off our list of creepy figures is none other than the X Plus Gigantic Death-for-Real series, Shin Godzilla. Much like our number 3 spot that we looked at, this company managed to take an already existing creepy Godzilla and make it even creepier. From its several rows of gnarly teeth, to its beady little eyes, and of course, that notorious face at the tip of the tail. All of these elements are made creepier on this figure by the fact that they are all condensed together in this deformed style. Couple that with the oversized head in proportion to the rest of the body, and you have here a truly grotesque figure. The sheer level of detail throughout the entire figure is what I think separates this one from the rest of the figures on this list. From the feet, to the torso, to the head, the tail, everything here on the figure perfectly represents Shin Godzilla as an abomination. So this was my list for 5 creepy Godzilla figures in my collection. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I knew I wanted to do something a little bit different for this season because it is my favorite season and my favorite holiday. This list wasn't really in any particular order, though I do think the Shin Godzilla does deserve the number 1 spot. But I'm curious to know, do you guys have other Godzilla figures that you think are creepy? Comment down below which ones you think are. I hope everyone has been enjoying their spooky season and that everyone has a nice, fun, and safe Halloween. If you're new to the channel and you like this content, please consider subscribing and taking a look at my other Godzilla figure videos on this channel as well. And follow me on Instagram at Total Approximation, where I post Godzilla toy photography each week. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.